Because people suffer so much in the hands of the narcissist, sometimes those same people, those same victims, forget that the narcissist suffers a lot too. And I think it's fair to say that over the course of one's lifetime, the narcissist suffers a lot more than their victims. And I know that may be difficult for a lot of victims of narcissistic abuse to accept, but it is true. Narcissists do suffer a lot, and the reason they treat people around them so badly, and the reason they see the world as such a negative place, is because that's how they feel about themselves, and that's how they feel about people and the world and things generally. Just to focus on one particular aspect of the narcissist's lack of well-being and their suffering is the fact that narcissists are chronically lonely. They're lonely because we as human beings, we are a species that need to socialize, that need to form connections, that need to have healthy bonds with people. We're a species that like to interact with others. We like to benefit from the things that interaction, socializing, and healthy bonds give us. But the narcissist doesn't really do that. When the narcissist interacts or socializes with people, it's about getting something for themselves without reciprocating anything genuine to the other person. The narcissist wants supply. They want praise. They want someone to do them favors, maybe admiration. But the narcissist doesn't reciprocate anything genuine. Anything the narcissist reciprocates in terms of social interaction is always calculated from a selfish orientation, selfish perspective. Even if they're not consciously aware of it, everything is subconsciously done for selfish reasons. And what this means for the narcissists over the course of their lives is they never create healthy bonds with people. Any deep bond they create with people, usually the other person themselves have some unhealthy tendency in themselves, maybe codependency or other things that might make people susceptible to building relationships with toxic people. So the narcissist cannot really build deep bonds with anybody unless it's people who themselves have certain issues. But most certainly the narcissist can't build healthy bonds. So any bond they have with people, any social bond, any form of a ship, whether it's a relationship or friendship or anything that indicates some type of human connection, for the narcissist, they don't have it in a healthy way. So narcissists are lonely because they are unable to build real, genuine, healthy connections with people. You come to this planet on your own, you leave this planet on your own. You like to think that everything in the middle, which is the living of life, the experiencing of life, the exciting new things that life has to offer, so much of that has other people in it. People partake in your life. For the narcissist, the people who partake in the narcissist's life are not really connected to them in a healthy way. There's not a real, genuine bond there that's healthy. And what that means for the narcissist is that they're very lonely. They're chronically lonely, and the alternative to that, which is to form real, deep, sincere connections, but allowing a certain level of vulnerability, for them it's something they cannot do. Anything that hints at vulnerability, it hints at being genuinely open, narcissists cannot do. That's why anytime they're in a relationship or friendship or any kind of interaction where they're at that point where either they take that step into being open, genuine, having some sense of vulnerability, or bailing. The narcissist always bails. Even if they don't bail physically, they bail emotionally. And all that really means is narcissists will never have this real emotional connection with people, which is so important for human beings. I mean, a lot of people don't need to have a lot of that every day, but you do need a little bit, at least, of sincere connection with people over the course of your life. Even people who are loners, every now and again, you do want to interact with people. You don't want to live in a bubble, an emotional bubble, a social bubble, where just you reside in it. So, yes, narcissists do cause a lot of suffering, and no one should ever allow themselves to be a victim of a narcissist. If you know you're dealing with one, you should cut things and part ways. But just don't forget that the narcissists themselves, they do suffer a lot. And over the course of their life, they suffer more than you. And just looking at one aspect and one aspect alone, which is the fact that they're chronically lonely, they will never feel like they belong anywhere, whether it's in a family, friendship circle, planet Earth. They just don't have a sense of belonging and a sense of meaning. And they can't create these deep connections with people, these real, healthy connections. So they live a life being very lonely, and that in itself, it just shows that they're not living the dream, even if they make you think that. They do suffer themselves, and they have their issues, many of which they'll never overcome in their life.